All
So
right. Stitch, man, the accolades continue to pour in. Congratulations on the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame induction. As you continue to get these accolades, man, you've stretched this thing out into a 50-year career. How do you feel, man?
yeah, I feel blessed, man. Every day, they're filming a documentary on my life, and we're almost done with that. And I think in May I got inducted into the National Boxing Hall of Fame, and then just recently the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, and that means a lot because I made the move to Las Vegas almost like 29 years ago just to kind of follow my dreams, Percy. But I never thought being in the Hall of Fame wasn't even in my radar. So it's kind of a nice thing.
Did you even think stopping blood and healing cuts would be a career for you, or was this just a job you took and it just took off?
That's a good question. I remember. I've been here 29 years, right? But when before I moved here, I was on my way to England to work with Art Sawano from Uganda, and we touched bases. We connected in San Francisco with Cornelius Boza Edwards from Uganda also, and he went with us. But I had told Boza, I said, I want to move to Vegas, and Boza told me a message that I tell a lot of the young kids. He says, you know what, you need three things. You need a job, a place to stay, in a car. And when I made the move, I had all three of them. And but I always kept that in mind, and relied on the job, not so much on this. At this time, it was, but that was my dream, is to do this full time.
Mm-hmm.
And dreams do come true, brother.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
Is the ultimate, and I know you're not in this for individual accolades, but you put in the work so you earn certain rights and things that should come your way. Is the ultimate culmination the International Boxing Hall of Fame for you? Would that just solidify that every sacrifice was worth it?
Yeah, 100%. Just kind of turn all the pages in the book, and yeah, you don't think it blows my mind, Percy? Just to have guys of like Shaq comes up to me and, hey man, I see you everywhere. You get all these people that you don't even know. I don't even know me, and they know me. So yeah, it's an honor itself.
You did a book. Now you're doing a documentary. When can we expect the documentary?
We're gonna be. I just finished talking to Raul Marquez because he's one of my final interviews. Within 3 months, we should be done, and we've been at it for a while before COVID kicked in, and it's the same as the book. It's called From the Fields to the Garden, and I'm proud because I grew up as a farm worker, and my goal was to make it to Madison Square Garden, and just by the grace of God, a week after I signed with this group, I get a call that Triple G is fighting of all places at the Garden.
Wow.
So they gave us all access, and we got all that footage, and then COVID kicked in. That kind of put us down for a while, and we came back, and now we're fully funded. So we're looking at 3 months from now. So we're going to rule Raul Marquez. I just spoke to him. We're going to have Vladimir Klitschko's going to be through transmission, and then my final interview. But in about 3 months, we should be able to put it on the market. And Michael B. Jordan and the Creed producers are kind of helping us take it to the next level. So, yeah, I'm excited, man. It's a story of my life, but it's a thing that if I could do it, anybody could do it because, I'm no different than anybody else, Percy.
That's awesome, Stitch. And man, look,
Yeah.
I remember seeing you at a bare knuckle event in Biloxi, Mississippi, and you showed me your schedule on your phone. At 72 years old, does it get tougher? Are you still loving it? Where do you see yourself just a few years from now? Are you still into this like that?
Yeah. It's, this Wednesday I take off to Pachanga. My wife, Charlotte, and I are driving to Pachanga to work with Jose Cepeda. And then the following week I have Caleb here in Vegas, and the week after in Phoenix, and the week after in New York, and so on and so on. Bro, it's not even a job. It's an adventure. How can I complain? And I just thank God every day that, I've been blessed with these opportunities. And yeah, it's not even a job. It's an adventure.
Speaking of adventure, that adventure put you on the big screen. You just mentioned Creed. You were in the final Rocky movie. You were in several of the Creed movies. You were in the movie with Kevin James. Just the journey of this thing overall, how would you describe it?
Unbelievable, but everything is possible. Like I say, I'm just, I'm just a normal guy that grew up as a farm worker that had dreams, and I was never scared to pursue my dreams. And, I always tell people, and I'm sure yourself too, you've been in that position, that, that line that we're all scared to cross, man, if we don't cross it, we never get there.
That's right.
And, we've all been there. And that's what I always tell these young people is don't give up on your dreams, because you never know where they'll take you.
I need either seldomly told story or never told Stitch Duran story. It can be about anything. What's a story that you seldomly told or you've never told?
Shit, that's a hard one to follow up on. A story I've never told. God, I don't know. Hit me up with that question down the road, and I think about it as we'll continue.
Okay,
continue talking. Nobody's ever hit me up with that one.
Well,
but it's funny because I just got a video from my son-in-law homie sent me when I worked with Johnny Tapia, and I guess this is one that very, very soundly told, if I told at all. But he was fighting Rodolfo Blanco, and he gets a headbutt in the first round, and this is in Albuquerque, sold out crowd, and I work on his cuts, and Colonel Bob Sheridan is the commentator, and my name was Jacob Diaz. So I got all the accolades, of a cut man, but I was Jacob Diaz, And,
so the wrong name.
So the wrong name. And I just right now, you asked that question, and I mean, 15 minutes ago, I saw the tape, and I thought, wow, so that's one that's never been discussed and people don't know, but yeah, this one just popped up.
Well, I'm glad you stuck around long enough for us to understand you're Jacob Duran.
Yeah. And it's funny, and you'll see, I'll send you the sizzle once we get off the phone, but there's a scene where Michael B. Jordan is, because we interviewed him, right? I mean, everybody came in, but he says, "No, you don't look like a Jacob." But what happened in that story, this is my third movie with Michael, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every day it's just him and I, wrapping his hands, and we're talking, and, I'm treating him like a fighter. And finally, in the third movie, I said, "Michael, do you know my real name?" He says, "Stitch." I said, "No, do you know my real name?" He says, "I don't." He yells, "Hey, anybody know Stitch's real name?" And I told him it's Jacob. He said, "You don't look like a Jacob." So that's in the video. I think that's bad. You don't look like a Jacob, but yeah, a lot of people don't know my real name, and maybe that's that's some of the videos that I'll do, and I've done that. I did that with Jason Maloney from Australia. I asked him the same question, and I've worked like 7-8 fights with him. He goes, "I don't know your name."
Wow.
So we'll keep it at that. But you're one of the few, bro.
So you've been called the wrong name, and you've been told your name shouldn't be your name.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, Jacob just don't match as a Mexican farm worker's name. My friends are Rudy, Jose, Pancho, and Jorge, and and I'm Jacob. So, but that gave me an individual and strong name.